Well, this thing called love, and I just can't handle it. Well, this thing called love, and I must get around it. Are you ready? Crazy little thing called love. Hey, welcome here with song number 29 of our little songbook, and it is a song by Queen, the British rock band that wrote, Freddie Mercury wrote this song in 1979, and it was on the UK, I think, number two song, and then became number one on the US Billboard or something like that for about 4 consecutive weeks. So it's a massive tune by Queen. Now for you guys, always before we start this, I have 3 little things for you, and number 1 is scan through the song and look what are the crazy chords that are in there, and are you able to play them. Number 2, we would look at the song structure. How does the song kind of look throughout the song? Look for similarities, look for things that can help us reduce overwhelm. And then lastly, number 3, which we refer to as the rhythm or the strumming of the song. So let's dive right into this amazing song. And only because I thought it's close to song number 30, we're going to step things up a little bit. And this one is a bit more challenging if you allow yourself to go that far to learn something musically that's pretty tough to play, I must admit. So number 1, let's dive straight into the song. We're going to play a D chord. We're going to have our G. Now we've taken that D chord, we've simplified it with only 2 fingers. Now if you are able enough, you could even take that 3rd finger around the thumb and play the thumb on the top there. But for today, the most important is you're gonna need to play our D chord with those 2 fingers. Then we've got the amazing G, just easy from there. And then we've got the C. We've got a bit of a challenging one there coming up, the B flat. Now I always say get that finger flat first. Try and get that finger flat there. Just bar those 2, and you can add that 3rd finger. That's for the easier folks, for the most simplistic way of playing that B flat. The next is you add that 3rd finger. Now that's for the more confident and competent players, that B flat there. Crazy, and then back to the C and D. Now further down you'll see some other chords. We've also have the F7, which is your normal F, but you get your 3rd finger just there. So normal F, that's your F7. Normal F, that's the F7. And and an E7 where you've got finger 1, finger 2 on string 3, fret 2, finger 3 on string 1, fret 2, and then that 1st finger on fret 1, like that E7. Now there are other things that you see on there, but those are predominantly the chords. Oh, and the A7. Best thing you could do is take some time now and work on those chords, and in like if you find the E7 and you don't know it, you find it 50 times, great. 100 times, even better. 150 times, you're probably one of my best students. Okay, and so take time with those, and then the second thing is change between those chords, the chord before and the chord be after. That there is the little chords for you. Number two, we have to look at the song structure. It's pretty straightforward. We have D for 2 bars, G, and then C and G. Remember, where there's 2 chords within a bar, we assume that we change on chord number 1 and beat number 1 and beat number 3. So that C and the G would be C, 2, G, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also happens with that B flat, which is tricky, and the C. The B flat on the crazy little thing called love. If that makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, love. And the NC is just no chord at that point, but we will handle that when we get there. So it's a 4/4. It generally played in a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but somewhere down the line we're going to be working with 1 tita, 2 tita. But once we get there, we'll go through that. As for song structure, that is it. And then lastly is strumming patterns. Remember, I always say we don't talk about down, up and down and all that kind of nonsense, because you would not in the world of music refer to your drummer to do that, nor would you say to the saxophone, Mr. Sax, could you please up, down, up, down. He would like look at you like you're some extraterrestrial being from a different planet. So none of that. We're just going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's about it. Okay, now for number 3 is we said our play along. Let's just dive right in and play the song and see how that works. Into the intro. Okay, first we're gonna have that D. And we're going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now where we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I just add my little third finger there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the little intro, and now let's move on to the little verse. And this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, this thing called love. Here comes the G and a G to a C, back to a G, or this thing. Let's try that again. So what happens is we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and this thing called love, and I just can't handle it, this thing. And that's repeated, called love. Now the G, now half a bar C. Handle it. Are you ready? Half a bar, called love. Well, this thing, if that makes sense. So pause the video here and just go over that a little bit. You kind of have the idea how that structure goes and just try and play it. Now, if the little hammer on is not something you can do now, remember that's an add-on, that's an extension, so I wouldn't want to, and I wouldn't expect of you to do that. So just stay straight with the chords. We're going to do that once more. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This thing called love. Here comes the G, and I just, now the C, can handle to the G, or this D called love. And I must get half a bar C and half a bar G. Are you ready? 3 and 4 and half a bar C, half a bar D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and this thing. Verse 2, called love. And he cried like a cradle in the night. And relax. So verse 1 and verse 2 would be the same. So practice that. Now again, if you repeat that over and over 10 times, you're more likely to do it, and more likely to memorize it, and more likely to have more fun before you move on to the next section. Now, great. Next session, this is the chorus. So it goes over from the crazy little thing called 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Here goes my babe. And then we start strumming again. So we've got that D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. There goes my baby. G, 2 and 3. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me that B flat. 3 and 4 and 3. She gives me hot hot and cold fever. So it's half a bar. Hot and cold fever, and she leaves me. And just that one stop. And she leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. And there's a cool little riff that happens there, and we'll run through that riff in a second. So let's do the chorus again. Play that along. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So we start as it 1 and 2, and there goes my 1, 1, and there goes my 1, there goes 1, and there goes my baby. Let's do that again. 1, there goes my baby. Still on G. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hot and cold fever, and she leaves me. And she leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. We're going to do that again. So that, and she leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. Bam, bam, bam. That little part. Okay, we're going to do that once more. We're going to go over. 1, 2, 1. There goes my baby. Well, she knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hot and cold fever, and she leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. And then we go over to the next little part. Pause and freeze and go over that a few times. I hope that makes sense. Now to the little riff, really, really tough. The riff now, really little tough part, but you're going to have to really, really slow down for this. We're going to go, well, she leaves me. Then she leaves me in a cool, cool fret. That's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what happens there? We've got fret number 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So just take that part and practice it. So, and she leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. To what? Cool, cool sweat is on 1. Sweat, dun, dun, sweat. Leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. Dun, dun, dun. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now once you've got that, we go to that E7 and we go 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta, 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta, 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta. And how that will work together, freeze this by any means. How that will work together is 1 T, 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta. A little bit faster. 1, 1. And we're going to count that again. 1 T, 1. 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta, 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta. I hope this makes sense. Freeze the video again, and then we're going to go to the last bit where we go back to. So we just go 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that goes like this. I hope this is still clear, but please comment down if you find this easy, useful. So we go 1 T-ta, 2 T-ta, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you play in the A, 1 and the G, 2 and the F sharp, 3 and then I shift that kind of shape across for that E. Or you could do the normal E. But that's quite tough. That's why I keep my fingers there so I can go just shift them like I would do a D and just play that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then I start singing the next verse. Gotta be cool. I sing, gotta be cool, gotta be cool. So on that F sharp, gotta be cool and relax and get on my something like that. I hope this helps. Let me know, comment down. Let's try and play the whole thing through nice and slow and steady. Let's see if I drop that down a bit. There we go. Guys, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. That thing called love, and I must get a handle it. Well, this thing called love, and I must get around it. Are you ready? Crazy little thing called 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this thing called love, and it cried in the cradle of the night. Well, this thing, it jives, it shakes like a jellyfish. Are you ready? Crazy little thing called love. Goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hot and cold fever, and she leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. Gotta be cool and get it. Yeah, I just about nailed that, by the way. But if you go slow, it is easy for you to do that. It makes it so much easier for you to practice that. And then also what you then get consistently get correct repetitions, and that squeezes and shortens the little path for you to be able to play the song. The song is downstairs in the link. Please download it. Number 2, please write down any comments. Please like this video and share this, because then the next one I post, I'm going to kind of keep that secret, and the next one I post will pop up and you'll be able to see it. And then thirdly, if you like what I do here, you are welcome, and I do appreciate you buying me a beer on the link down below. Have fun with a great song, Queen, song number 29, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Yeah. Ta-da, out now. Bye-bye.